So welcome back guys to We Talk Boxing, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Manny Pacquiao and him returning to the boxing ring on July the 19th to challenge the WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios. Now before I get into this video quite deep, I technically didn't really feel as if I was going to be making another Manny Pacquiao video, especially after the last video that I made in terms of him taking on a Guy Riccio or something like that in a exhibition. And this exhibition weren't too long ago where it was a very poor display from Manny Pacquiao. He was 25% of himself. It was a heavier Manny Pacquiao, but very slow and old type of fighter as well. He was just not good to see. Now, where can I start in terms of this fight? It's kind of come out the blue, but the boxing circuit, we have been, threading, but people have been threading a little bit of gossip here and there, saying that Manny Pacquiao is going to return, but nothing's been confirmed until recently. So it is definitely confirmed now. It's actually on BoxRec listed, so he will be challenging Mario Barrios for that WBC title. Now, I don't know how you could come out of not fighting for 4 years and losing your last fight to having a world title shot, which is quite weird, but I'm guessing this is the WBC and the WBC's rules, but Manny Pacquiao has a title shot. And as I mentioned a moment ago, his last bout was in a professional bout. This is Manny Pacquiao was in 2021, where he took on Ugas, and he lost the 12-round unanimous decision. But prior to that, Manny Pacquiao in 2019, so you can see there was a 2-year gap between the fights. He beat an older Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman is not older than Pacquiao, but Keith Thurman wasn't active at that pretty much moment in time, and obviously was suffering from a lot of injuries and etc. But it is what it is. But you can see, since I'd probably say, so I'm looking on box right now, yeah, so pretty much from 2019, that was the last time Manny Pacquiao was pretty much active, because he had 2 fights in that year. He only had 1 in 2018, and then he had 1 in 2017, and 2 in 2016, and then so you can see roughly averages 1 to 2 fights per year, give or take. But there's, from 2019 to 21, there's a 2-year difference, and he only had the 1 fight between that period of time, and then obviously from 21 to 25, he hasn't had a professional fight. So yeah, it's just disappointing to see. He is a veteran. This will be his 73rd bout, professional bout. So it's crazy with them numbers, to be fair, when you're thinking about it. But he's 46 years of age now. So he's old. He's not as old as like Mike Tyson, but he's old, if you know what I mean. And this fight kind of reminds me of that fight that we saw last year between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, in terms of, obviously, Manny Pacquiao being the older fighter, the veteran, coming out, taking on a young pup. Now, Barrios is 30 years of age, so Manny Pacquiao's got 16 years on him. So he is younger, but he's not a young, like, welterweight. He is obviously 30, so I'd probably say, I don't know a lot about Barrios' lifestyle, but I'd probably say within the next 5 years, he probably retires. He ain't going to probably go past that point. Not like Manny Pacquiao, obviously. If it's up to Pacquiao, he'll probably keep fighting till he's 50. But yeah, just crazy to think, and it makes me wonder, why is he actually fighting? Why does he feel the need to try and win a WBC title after having a 4-year inactivity? What are you going to gain from it? You know what I mean? It's got all the accolades. He's won all the belts. He's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame in June. What more does he need? And the only thing that kind of springs to mind is going to be money. So whether or not his money's pretty much ran out because of him pretty much trying to campaign to be the mayor or whatever, or the prime minister or whatever of Philippines, who knows really. But yeah, this fight's kind of intriguing, and I think as we get closer to the fight, I'll probably do maybe another proper in-depth video in regards to maybe trying to break down, because I need to probably watch a little bit more footage of Barrios, but just giving my true opinion. But as it stands today, you've got to go with the younger man. And the reason being is because he's an active fighter, he's a younger fighter, and he is the champion, whereas Pacquiao has got everything going against him. But it wouldn't surprise me if he pulls off the unthinkable in my mind, because there's no way on earth he should pretty much come back and beat the current WBC champion, not having fought for 4 years. That shouldn't happen. But as I said, it's Manny Pacquiao, and it could happen. Now, one thing that would be crazy, obviously back in the days, there's a lot of hearsay in terms of PEDs, etc., etc. But if he comes back and he looks 10 out of 10, he has to get tested, because like, you can't go from fighting that guy, and it was last year he fought that guy for the exhibition, and I can't remember exactly when, but you can't go from putting on that poor of a display to then looking a 10 out of 10 fighter. It just doesn't match up. It doesn't bode well in terms of my thoughts, but it is what it is. I just thought I'd give you my initial thoughts in regards to this matchup. And again, I am a massive Manny Pacquiao fan, so it's good to see Manny Pacquiao fighting again, especially if he's like a 60 or 70% of version of himself, then it's good to see. But also, I don't want to see him get hurt. I will watch it, definitely will watch it, because it's Manny Pacquiao. But let's say he comes out and he doesn't win, but he looks half decent, then I'd love to see, because I know Mayweather's still doing his exhibitions, etc., and he still keeps himself fit. So it'd be good to see a rematch between the pair, and only Turkey Al Sheikh could potentially make that happen. If they could potentially entice them both with a lot of money, maybe Saudi Arabia. As I said, Mayweather pretty much trains all the time, and Pacquiao is Pacquiao, so it'd be brilliant for both of them. Both of them would get paid quite handsomely, and we could actually see a rematch, and the fight would probably be a 50-50 fight for me, because of their age, the inactivity, etc., etc. So that's something that I'd like to see, but let's wait and see what happens here. Obviously, you guys can let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you happy in terms of this fight being called? Or are you angered in terms of an old fighter, a veteran, coming out of retirement and then just clicking his fingers and he's got a world title shot? But for me, as I said, let's wait and see. And I'm going to be watching a few more footages of Manny Pacquiao to see how he looks, how his body looks, and how he's moving and stuff like that before I give my true opinion. But I think as I'm sitting here right now, I'm definitely got to favour Barrios for that fight, because, as I said, he's the more active fighter. But yeah, that's my thoughts. As always, please subscribe and comment. Bless.